Hey there folks, welcome to another episode of EDC Tactical Gear Review. As always, I'm your host, Mark P. Today we have a gear-related video for you. It's not going to be gear reviews, but these are inexpensive items that you can put in your go bag that might make things a little bit easier for you, might help you out while you're walking around, hiking, or whatever the case may be. Now, when I say inexpensive, I'm talking about things that range in price from free to 20 bucks. Most of the stuff is between $1 and $5 or $6 that I'm going to be showing you. So, and please note, these are not things I'm saying that have to be in your bag, must be in your bag, or even should be in your bag. They're just things that like I said, that are inexpensive that you can put in your bag that might make things a little bit easier for you while you're hiking or camping or whatever the case may be. So let's get this party going here. Now, the first thing on the list, we'll start with something free. What is like free? Inside this bag is dryer lint, and within the dryer lint is actually sawdust. Both of these items are free. Dryer lint is a fantastic way to start a fire. It picks up a spark real quick. If you've got a lighter or some other flame that you can put to it, it will catch fire real quick. It doesn't burn very long, but it does get going pretty quick. And if you got yourself a tinder bundle ready to go, you can just throw this in there with that, and you've got yourself the makings of a fire. So, first item is dryer lint with sawdust. That's free. You're going to see a couple of these next items just in different sizes. I love these things. These are cell phone cases that I picked up at Walmart, but I've also got links for them on Amazon as well. These are waterproof. This particular one's got two nice solid clips, and it's got a gasket seal over here, so it not resistant. To me, it looks like this is definitely a waterproof case. And inside these cases, again, I like to put there's more dryer lint in this one as well. So in this particular case, I'm trying to keep my my dryer lint, even though the dryer lint's in a bag, just sort of a belt and suspenders kind of way to make sure that the dryer lint or my tinder doesn't get wet. This particular case, I want to say was $2 or $3 at Walmart. So I'm pretty sure it's at $3, and I think it's $3.50 on Amazon. But prices again, those will I'll put the prices for each item in the comment section below the video here. So I have another cell phone case here. This is obviously a bigger one. I can fit this one right inside there if I wanted to, but I'm kind of dumb. But this is just another cell phone case. I did paint this one. I'm a big fan of painting things with spray paint. So I put a couple coats of primer and a couple coats of this olive drab color on the box here. So this one only has a single buckle, but it's or snap. But it's pretty beefy. I'm not sure if you can see it or not, but this is the side over here. It's got a pretty solid looking gasket between this one here, so when it locks up really tight, and nice solid snap. And so again, nice waterproof case. The dimensions on this, I honestly don't know. Geez, I'm gonna say it's probably 4 by 6 on here. Again, I'll try to find the actual item on Amazon to get you the actual dimensions here, or find a tape measure and do that for you. But it's just a larger waterproof cell phone case. This one has a little little buckle here, whatever you want to call it, so you can loop some paracord and something through here if you wanted to hang it off something for some other reason. And the last waterproof cell phone case is this one. So this is the biggest waterproof cell phone case that I carry. This is for, typically in this one, I'm gonna put something like electronics or anything in these past 3 cases that I've shown you are for things that I just do not want to get wet, obviously. And I just need different sizes because I've got different size things that I don't want to get wet, whether they're in my backpack. This one's got 2 smaller buckles. Again, we've got our nice gasket that runs all the way around. It just closes up here, if I can do it right. Nice solid snaps, and that's it. So again, this one, this was the most expensive one. This one I think was $10. This one was, I want to say 6 or 7, but again, so I can get the prices for you. Put them in the notes later on. Next on the list is cotton balls. You can buy a bag of cotton balls. I don't know if they, I forget if they come in, if it's packs of 100 or whatever they are, but cotton balls have got a few different uses. One, they can be used for wound repair, not wound repair, that's not the right word, but for taking care of wounds, for cleaning them out. Also great for starting fires. You can do something along the lines of you sort of take your cotton ball and you fluff it up to give it some more surface area, and cotton balls will take to a flame real well, and you can start your fire with the cotton balls. Again, inexpensive, maybe $3 for a bag of cotton balls. And you know, since we're here, we're gonna come over here. We're gonna jump ahead to another item. I'm gonna show you later on, but we'll do these together. I grabbed a small bottle of Vaseline at CVS for $3.29. And what you can do is you can run your cotton ball through the Vaseline. So you can, if you can see it or not, but there's now a pretty good coating of Vaseline on the cotton ball. And 2 things are going to happen here. One, the Vaseline is a petroleum-based product. Petroleum is basically oil of some form or another. And the cotton will essentially, I should say that the cotton and the Vaseline together will effectively create a candle. The cotton ball itself will act like the wick, and the Vaseline will be the fuel that actually burns. And so again, so you can make a candle-ish type thing if you wanted to, or again, this could be a way for you to make a fire or start a fire. The Vaseline itself can be used for things like chapped lips. It can be if you have a burn or something like that. It can be used as part of your first aid kit. So you know, again, lots of uses for the Vaseline as well. And then that was $3.29 at my local chain pharmacy store. Next up are a couple of different fire starting options. This is Wet Fire. Wet Fire is a fire starting cube tinder, or I should say it's fire starting tinder in a cube shape. It will light when wet. As a matter of fact, the manufacturer says it's better when it's wet, like many other things are. But it's basically what you do is you just open this thing up. You file some shavings of this stuff off into your tinder bundle, and get it going. It will. So it's great because it will light when wet. It's designed to be lit when it's wet. So that's great to have tinder that will light when it's wet, but it's even better to have tinder that's gonna light, and because it's designed to be done when it's wet. So this comes in packs of 4 and packs of 8. The 4-pack is $5. The 8-pack is $9. And you can get that one at Amazon. Next is free item, char cloth. if you saw my video on how to make char cloth, if I can get this tin open, I don't know if I can. You can make char cloth at home. Oh, this is not going to open, is it? Alright, well, inside here is char cloth. Take my word for it. So this is just I'm going to call this free because, you know, if you've got an old pair of jeans, you've already purchased them, so at this point in time, if you cut them up, you've long since gotten your money out of those jeans. You know, your stove, you're not buying a stove to make this, so you see, I made this char cloth in 5 hours on my toaster oven, and this just takes a really minimal spark to get the char cloth going, and you've got the beginnings of a fire to keep yourself warm and dry. Alright, next up on my list, sorry guys, but it's a tampon. Tampons are fantastic. Fantastic things to have in your bag because they are for medical treating wounds. I'm not talking about your girlfriend or wife's getting her period, but this is for treating wounds. Tampons are designed to absorb blood. And the absorption of blood is what we want to have happen here. And a tampon is a fantastic way to absorb blood and to start the blood clotting process of a wound. So again, you know, have you know, go grab your wife or your girlfriend's go grab a box of tampons. Don't get the minis, don't get the light days, get the heavy day one. That's really meant for soaking up a lot of blood, and so grab that one because that'll absorb the most, and put that in your medical supplies in your IFAC. So a box of, I saw a travel size box of tampons for, I think it was $3.50 at my local store. If you steal one from your girlfriend or your wife, well, you probably paid for them anyway, but you know, whatever. Next on my list, I was just watching Fight Club not too long ago, and Edward Norton, his character is talking about single stop friends or whatever, and that's kind of what these are. These are single use friends. These are single use medical products, not heavy duty stuff here that we're talking about. We've got some Tylenol. We have some Neosporin here. Neosporin. We've got, this is ibuprofen. Imodium for when you get the shits. So, you know, these are all very light products, you know, as far as the weight goes. They don't really take up a whole lot of space. And you can go to your local gas station or pharmacy, pharmacy, you know, your pharmacy chain there, and pick up boxes of these or packs of these for, you know, $1.50 each, couple bucks. So you can stock up on these and do okay without paying a whole lot of money, and it'll do you a whole lot of good when you're out in the middle of the woods and you got a case that runs. Next up is my $1 Amazon LED flashlight. This flashlight literally cost $1 at Walmart. It's got multiple LEDs. The output's actually pretty decent. It's got my favorite thing. It's got a button on the back. I can't stand inexpensive flashlights that you have to twist the head to turn them on and turn them off, because they always end up turning themselves on as you walk around, and you wind up with a dead battery when you really need to have a flashlight. So I picked up, God, I want to say 5 or 6 of these things on a trip to Walmart not too long ago, and it was, you know, they're $1 a piece, so do the math on that one. So you can put these almost anywhere in your go bag that you want to have a flashlight that you're not super concerned about if it gets wet. Next up, one of my favorite things to have, garbage bags. Garbage bags are I'm going to say this for right now. I said that I wasn't going to say that any of these things are must-haves. Garbage bags are must-haves in your go bag. I've got two different sizes here. This is a 13-gallon, and this is a 55-gallon. There's actually 2 or 3 55-gallon bags in here, as a matter of fact. Garbage bags, they can be used, you can make a poncho out of it, you can make a shelter out of it, you can make a sleeping bag out of it, you can collect water with garbage bags. There's just a million and one. You can carry things that you can carry supplies or food or you know, if you happen to catch an animal for dinner, you can store it in the bag while you walk. There's just so many uses for garbage bags that you to not have one in your go bag, I think is just absolutely ridiculous. The you know, a box of 13-gallon garbage bags, you know, if you get the Walmart brand, that's $5, and if you know, the 55-gallon ones are actually fairly expensive to get the box of them, but I think that's an investment worthwhile to make. You know, it's great if you can rub 2 sticks together and make a fire, but fuck it, use a lighter. $2. A pencil. Lots of reasons to have a pencil. One, if someone gets separated from your group, you can write them a note. You can, you know, writing down notes in general, directions. Plus, you can also shave off the wood on the pencil, and you've got tinder for a fire. So there you go, pencil. Zip ties. God almighty, I love zip ties, people. There's, again, a million and one uses for zip ties. You can use them to make shoelaces. You can use them to make a belt or keep your pants up. You can use them to make crampons for when you're in an icy environment. You can make handcuffs with them. You can use them to help you build a shelter. Again, there's just a million and one uses for zip ties. Find a link. I think the link I have, it's a bag of I can't remember if it's a bag of 10 or a bag of 100, but it was $5 or $6. So we'll post that link there. This is a Fresnel lens, aka a magnifying glass. So if you're in the daytime, you can use the magnifying glass to make a fire. Just use the power of the sun to heat up that little spot and get yourself a fire going. This comes in a pack of 3. So they're credit card size. Pack of 3 is going to be about $3.50. Links will be below. Paper maps. This one costs $5.99. You can get these at a gas station. You can get them at you know, Walmart or whatever. It's great to have a phone. We all love them, but you know what? When the shit hits the fan, if you think that the cell phone network is going to be staying up for a super long time, then you are sadly mistaken. So having a paper map handy is, I think, an invaluable thing to have. And you know, so whether you buy a map or whether you print a map from your own home of the area that you're going to be in, that's your choice. But paper map must have. I keep a couple different ones in the admin section of my my bug out bag. And the last thing is a emergency sleeping bag. This is a 3x7 Mylar bag that they claim is reusable. You know, that's gotta be what, 3 inches by 5 inches maybe, and then maybe 6 inches wide. I don't know, they don't tell you what if it's any kind of temperature rating, but yeah, 3x7, weighs 5.8 ounces, heavy duty Mylar. They say it's tear resistant, reusable, reflects your body heat. It's an orange color, and it's comes with a drawstring carrying case, and that one is $10. So you know what? I actually have more stuff, so we're gonna do a part 2. So we're gonna call this part 1 of inexpensive go bag items. we're going to hit stop here and stay tuned for part 2.